This is Frank Islam, Chairman and CEO of FY Investment Group and your host of Washington Current Review, where we interview leading voices from business and politics that impact you, the viewer. Today, our guest is two of my dear friends, Jesse Singh and Pavan Bezwada. Welcome to our show, Jesse. Good to see you.
Same here. Thank you.
Good to see you, Pavan.
Thank you, sir.
Introduce yourself briefly to this audience and also give a brief introduction of the Maryland Governor South Asian Commission, where both of you are a member. As I understand, you're in charge of that.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about and introduce yourself.
My name
Jesse?
is Jesse Singh. I'm the chairman of the Governor's Commission on South Asian Affairs in Maryland. And I'm here today with a colleague of mine, Commissioner Pavan Bezwada. And to give you a brief introduction into the commission came into existence in 2011 when the need of it came after the campaign in 2010, gubernatorial campaign in Maryland, when the South Asian community played a very important role, and the South Asian population has grown in Maryland to a point where there was a need was seen for this commission. Before this commission came into existence, we were always a part of the Asian Pacific Commission.
Okay.
And
so this is separate now.
This is now
targeted
separate.
towards South Asian.
Yes.
Okay. So Pavan, what's the goal and what's the mission of this commission? Has been his major accomplishment of this commission, and what is your role and responsibility?
I'm one of the commissioners. We are about 21 commissioners on this commission. And as the population of South Asian community is increasing, it was felt that we should have a voice in the administration. And we are grateful for the governor to have brought in this commission. And our main purpose, I think, is to be the bridge between the administration and the community, and engage the community and get their views and take them to the administration.
So what has been the major accomplishment and the composition of the South Asian Commission? Tell me a little bit about that, Jesse and Pavan, both of you. I will start with you, Jesse.
The major accomplishments have been that, first of all, now we have a voice. There is.
So you have a seat on the table and you got the voice.
We got the voice, and we are.
So you want to make sure your voices are heard.
We want to make sure our voices are heard. We had a very successful legislative night past year, where the South Asian community for the first time hosted a dinner reception for all the legislators and delegates in Maryland, and the community had a chance to meet with them. In addition to that, we are working on a number of issues that are affecting our South Asian community, such as we are trying to start a South Asian Heritage Month or a week. We are in the works for that. Special educational booklets are being developed to be distributed in various law enforcement agencies and hospitals, where where the folks can be more educated about South Asian cultures. For example, the special needs that the different individuals from different religions from South Asian region can face when they're admitted in a hospital. The Hindus have a different set of religious guidelines. The Muslims have a different set of guidelines. The Sikhs have a different set of guidelines. So just to promote our different cultures and needs in the mainstream America, because now we are a big part of this fabric. And we also have other programs coming up that Pavan can fill in on those.
Go ahead, Pavan.
Putting it in perspective, as you are aware that this commission is new, and we're just a couple of months now in, and we are trying to figure out how best we can plan our programs and reach out to the community. And the first step, I think, was to form various subcommittees in the commission. We have a subcommittee on education, business development, community initiatives, and health. So I think we have about 5 or 6 subcommittees. And these subcommittees are now working independently to see how they can engage the community, what are the key areas we need to focus. And so we are in that initial stages where we are putting together a more concrete plan as what we will do going forward. So that I think is what I have to add to.
You said it very well that the South Asia people and the communities are now part and parcel of the social, economic, political fabric of this nation, and especially the state of Maryland, and to make sure their voices are heard. What would you do to create the next generations when you and I are gone from this planet of Earth? So what kind of thing would you do to educate them, to inform them, to embrace them, to make sure this kind of things that you're doing will continue on and you can pass it to the next generation? Jesse?
I think you have raised a very important issue here, Frank, that we need to make sure that our younger generation who's going to take after us, take over, needs to understand the American system and culture along with where they come from.
With their own roots.
With their own roots, and it's a process. Italian Americans when they first came here, Irish Americans when they first came here, you have their roots, and they all brought something good to this mainstream society. And we are also doing that because we just came here 40, 50 years ago, and in the last 20 years we have seen a large influx of immigrants from South Asia come in. So the Commission is going to play a very important role here. We're going to make sure that at one end we are educating the American, the U.S. Systems about our South Asian cultures, and also incorporating our traditions and our culture in American education system, at least in Maryland we're talking about. And also the key thing is to make sure that the South Asians are represented in our government, in our political
every
system.
part of the political fabric of the society.
And one thing that we have lagged behind is the participation of South Asian community in the political process of this country and the state. We have very few exceptions, such as you, who are very actively involved, but we need more people to follow what you're doing.
Very well said. Pavan, tell us a little bit about your outreach efforts and the partnership and collaboration and initiative with this commission.
The commission is composed of people from different walks of life.
So South Asia is a South Asia, that means India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and that also includes Nepal and Bhutan.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka as well. Thank you.
Yes. And this commission is very well represented. We have a very good mix of young and experienced and from all walks of life. So, and the commissioners are also themselves connected with the community already. Some of them are very active members in different community organizations. So that's the link for us. And we are regularly involved with them in various community initiatives. I can talk more about one of our
Please do so.
Asian American Business Conference, for example.
Yeah, the one, I was a keynote speaker not too long ago.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, and why is that important, and what does it do?
So the Asian American Business Conference is, in a way, one of our community initiatives, which has been there for a while, and it has been very, very well received. I just came out of a debriefing event recently where the Planning Commission members met, and I tell you that your keynote was
that speech that I gave?
Very, very highly appreciated, and we thought it was very inspiring. And one of the things we talked about was how this time the program was so very well tailored, and we had some extraordinary speakers. Now, the conference, Asian American Business Conference, is done under the umbrella of GOCI, Governor's Office of Community Initiatives, and it is done by both the Asian Pacific Commission and the South Asian Commission. And that is very unique, these two commissions together, coming together and putting this event. The last event we had was in October, which was very well received. It was attended by close to about 200 attendees, and we got very good feedback from it. The main purpose of the event was to give the community, the South Asian community, an opportunity to network and also connect them with various state agencies and what the state agencies can offer to these communities, so to this community.
And what they can offer to the state as well. So it should be both ways.
It's both the ways, and it's
I mean, it's Taylor, or as I understand, it's a business. So the most of the people that I met there in their conference are business CEO, business people who are interested in expanding their business.
that's networking opportunity.
I would hope that they can also get some job from the state as well, for the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland contracts out a lot of things in IT and some other areas. Have you been very helpful to them to acquire those opportunities?
I mean, again, the purpose of the conference to create a platform, and we created the platform by having these different sessions. Now, one of the sessions was a session on doing business with the state of Maryland, and you have officials.
So you're sort of a facilitator.
We are more a facilitator. That's our
Okay.
role. I mean, I just wanted to highlight a couple of sessions.
Sure,
For
do
example,
that.
doing business with state of Maryland was one of the sessions where we had officials from the Office of Minority Business Enterprise. We had officials from Department of General Services, and we had officials from Governor's Office of Minority Affairs. And then we also had a session on federal programs to assess U.S. import and exports, and that's the focus of the government. And we've thought that we need to also plug in and allow the commission, our attendees, to get an idea of what it was. And for that purpose, we had officials from the Overseas Private Investment Corporation and the small
Which corporation is this?
Overseas Private Investment Corporation.
Okay. All right.
A very, very well-known official from there. Adil Kabani was there.
Sure. And he came from OPEC,
He came from OPEC.
which is the Office of Private Investment Corporations.
Yes, and we also had officials from the Export-Import
Yes,
Bank
yes,
of
where I
United
serve on the
States.
board. Yes.
You serve on the board, and Honorable Patricia Louis
Yes.
was our keynote speaker, another very inspiring. And after the event, I had a chance to talk with Mr. Kabani, and they said they already were receiving calls from attendees. So we also, that was a
So
great-
you're making a dent.
we're making a dent, and obviously they were very happy that we could play the role of that bridge, where we are helping the community members to reach their organizations, and they have a lot of things to offer to them.
So Jesse, if we sit over here 2 years from now and interview, what do you like to see in 2 years from now about this commission?
What I would like to see is, first of all, I would take the trade side first. There's
Okay.
the
Trade and commerce.
Trade and commerce. What O'Malley administration has done for the South Asian community in last 4 years, no other administration has ever done it. Governor O'Malley took a delegation to India, a trade
Yes.
delegation, you're aware of it.
Sure.
It was a very successful delegation, opened doors for Indian companies to come do business in Maryland. And the Department of Business and Economic Development, I believe, was a sponsor and one of the sponsors in the summit. Maryland has opened a full-time office. DBED has opened a full-time office
India.
In India. And they have a representative in India now to assisting companies in India who would like to do business in Maryland and vice versa. So I see a good future for Indian companies.
You
and
see the
American
brighter
companies.
horizon.
Yes, I do. And the South Asian community is growing and
And
is
they're very strong,
successful,
they're
very
vibrant, they're
strong,
well educated.
well educated. They are now taking part in campaigns where fundraising goes, and a lot of input is coming from this community. We have our own commission. So I see a lot of good things happening where young South Asians will be joining the administration, the political process, and that is a key for all communities to get up to the next level.
Well, you mentioned as we sat down that the South Asia not only includes India. You talk about India. What about the other part of the nation? I'm sure other part of the world which comprises South Asia, which is, you mentioned Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, and Pakistan. Have any of you taken some initiative to make them as a part of these South Asia commissions?
Oh, yeah.
They are.
Oh, yeah.
And also you're taking initiative to promote trade, commerce, tourism, and investment as well. Am I correct to assume that?
Absolutely. We have commissioners from all these different countries
Okay.
who are representing in the commission, and the commission works collectively, and needs and issues from each area is taken into consideration. With trade and commerce, yes, India is the immediate goal right now.
But they have been the beneficiary.
They have been the beneficiary, but yes, we do have other things that we're working on with other countries, and we'll work with the next administration and see if we can take it to
the
other
next level.
countries, to the next level.
So tell us some of the upcoming events, Pavan, for the South Asia Conference. If you look at it a year from now for the next year, what are the events that's coming? And so that the people could be part of that, this event.
One of the events which is coming up immediately would be at sometime in February. We have what's called as the Pan-Asian
Pan-Asian?
Legislative Community Summit.
Okay.
This
And
is
that's happening, and that's going to help to be held where?
in February.
Yeah, in Annapolis.
Annapolis.
In Annapolis, and this is again done jointly by the Asian Pacific Commission and the South Asian Commission. Again, this is another summit where we want to bring the community and give them an opportunity to directly meet and interact with legislators and the administrators. The last time when we did it, it was very successful in 2012, in 2013.
Yes.
And our next summit is going to be, again, we hope, very successful. There was very good participation, and the community members and leaders had an opportunity to talk with, directly interact with the legislators, give them the feedback, give them their views, and that's the main purpose of the Pan-Asian Community event. And
It's called Pan-Asian?
It's called the Pan-Asian Community Legislative Summit.
Pan-Asian Legislative, well, that's a mouthful, but that sounds good.
Yes.
Now, do you talk about some success stories? In any kind of a business, you have to understand that you have to look at your goals and objectives and missions and figure out what are you going to be doing the next year, what are you going to be the following years, and also what are your success stories have been so far? I know you talk about the networking, you talk about introducing to the people. What about in terms of dollars and cents, in terms of the business, for the Asian Business Conference that we talk about it, have they been able to achieve some contracts and get some business from the state of Maryland, or for that matter, Export-Import Bank and some other places as well? If so, can you highlight one?
We have not yet.
They haven't contacted you. I'm sure
No,
there have
we
been.
have anecdotal
Yeah.
comments from people who have been involved, and they said that they talked with us and they said it was very useful, and they want to come back again. As I told you, when I was talking with this official from the Export-Import Bank and the Overseas Finance Corporation, they told us that the community, these attendees, are already contacting them. So that itself is, but then we would, after the next event, we want to be more systematic,
Yeah.
and doing a survey to get the more concrete feedback.
And
so
also
that
getting some success stories.
success stories.
So tell me a little bit about you're the chairman, am I correct? To
Yes.
assume that, and that's a wonderful and congratulations, Jesse, and you deserve it, and you will do a good job. Tell me, what are the things that you're going to be doing and for the next year to be more effective than you were the last year? So what are the initiatives you're going to take this year that you didn't take last year?
The initiatives, we already have goals in place that we are going to work this year
Okay,
on.
so you're
And
targeting that goals.
We're targeting that goal. One of the things, like I said, was we also have a website up and running now
Okay,
that connects us with the community in a direct way. And
what's the name of the website?
maybe I should like to, Pawan, you want to share the website?
Can you share us the website with the audience?
It's a new website. It's under the GOCI.
I would recommend that they go to the main commission website, which is www.asian.maryland.gov, and from there they can go to the South Asian Commission. That's the website for all the commissions.
Okay.
So
if Jesse, somebody in the audience wants to get involved, wants to get engaged, wants to talk with you, give you some ideas and advice, how do they get hold of you?
they can get on the website. There's a contact information
Okay.
there. They can contact the commission through the governor's office on community initiatives and send in their comments. We have meetings every second month, and they're open to the public.
And the meeting held in Annapolis, Maryland?
They're held
Out of 8 places.
throughout Maryland in each county. So we rotate Like if it's in Montgomery County this time, it'll be in Howard County the next time. So we try to rotate throughout the state. And all are welcome to come and join our meetings and share their issues.
Ideas and issues and concerns.
with us. Yes.
Well, that's very wonderful. Well, thank you very much for coming and
Thank you
sharing
so
your
much, Frank.
ideas.
Thank you.
And thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you for your leadership. And
Thank you,
thank you,
sir.
Pavan,
Thank you so
for
much,
your
Pavan.
leadership and getting engaged and involved, be informed what's going on, and this is important for the Maryland, it's important for all of you, and important for all of us, important for the people in the audience.
And I want to thank you very much for your involvement in support of the community.
Okay.
You're always there whenever we call you, and you have been a great inspiration and support to the community.
Well, thank you very much of giving such a wonderful recommendations. So this is our show. This is Frank Islam wishing you a great week. Thank you for watching.